Sorry, recording ended on its own. We're back.
Okay. All right, anything else for your budget, Adam? I know you got hungry critters.
Nope,
Okay, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Appreciate your input. Okay. So I know we've gone through most of the rest of the budget.
Do we want to finish the budget since we're on it, or
Let's finish it while we cut it up. Might
Okay.
as well. So one thing we had talked about was making sure that all the staff were getting 3%, at least the 3% cost of living raise. And we had built that into the highway raises, right, Adam?
Yeah,
Okay. So did you add that into the wages?
I didn't add it into any wages.
Okay.
It was just discussed
right.
a couple times. It's in the
Okay.
highway department, but it's not anywhere else.
Can
Because
you,
I wasn't asked to do it. It was just discussed.
Eric, Tom, do you agree with that?
Talking about the wages.
Yes. Eric?
A lot of people got raises this year.
We're talking about this, that was last year. We're talking about this year. Since last year to this year, there's about a 3% cost of living increase if you look at the CPI. And that's not any rate, that's not a merit raise. That's just a cost of living. Are we in agreement?
I have a hard time with it because, thing about it is, you talk about the cost of living. But when are we gonna start thinking about the cost of living of, some of the elderly out there that don't get a raise, and the taxes go up? We're not. No, I mean, we should be working, trying to keep them in the house, not out of the house, and. I know. certain
I
things
agree, but I
have-
mean, social security goes up too. I mean, things do go up, but I mean, I think we've been trying to keep the budget and then you've just. With the things that you and Eric want to do with the transfer station, that's adding to our budget. We're trying to fund the highway department at the level that is realistic. So that things are kept maintained over the long run and don't get behind. So unfortunately, there's a cost to doing business in the town. I mean, I asked you this last time we went over the budget. Are there places you'd want to cut?
Incorporated in line, I want to discuss some payroll issues too.
Okay,
It's in my budget. I budgeted for it, but
okay.
at some point. I want to have a discussion about that. I guess the other side, if we don't keep retaining our people here, we're gonna have some bigger issues. And it's happening everywhere.
Yeah,
I finally got a decent group of people and I want to do what I can to keep them here and keep them interested in the town, if you will. And I know money's not everything, but at some point you got to at least be not too far under everybody else.
yeah.
I mean, I've got EMTs that went and trained, they worked their butt off to get through it. They can go to any town around here and triple their money. So at some point, we gotta say, let's give them a little something for incentive and see if we can keep them here for a while.
So did you build an increase into your
I
budget?
did.
Okay, like
I
a
did.
3% at least, or,
I was a little more than that.
okay,
It's not unreasonable, and we haven't adjusted our budget since 2020.
Okay,
2020 was the last increase that the fire department got for any type of pay scale.
okay. And to actually implement that, you'll need to come to the board and we'll have to fill out the form
Got
and,
it all, but I don't think tonight's going to be a good night.
okay,
At this point, but yes, definitely. And then we also, if you want to talk capital reserve, we can talk that too, because you think these figures are something. I've been pricing out some tankers and you want to see, I mean, we're talking $500,000 truck,
okay,
easy. Whitefield just bought a new fire engine. It was $550,000 for a pretty basic truck. So that's the kind of money that you start to run into here. So this 10,000 a year is not exactly coming very close to replacing anything down the road.
yeah.
What's how much is the 3% gonna bring it out?
Well, it's gonna
Um,
be different for everybody. Tax collector and town clerk would go from $19.50 to $20 an hour. Treasurer number would go up by about nine. Would go up to 33.25
I'm sorry, which was
for
the,
treasurer.
okay,
Would go up to 76,539. So if you did that. I don't know what the total hours are here at the moment.
so it might be, I mean, if you just.
We're having technical difficulties here.
Did we have anybody on the Zoom?
Nope,
Okay. And is it recording now?
it is.
Okay,
Maybe it's because I'm sharing, but I'm plugged in, so that should not make a difference. Two. 562. That's an hour, I go up 281, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's already in there. So you're looking three or $4,000. That's what your 3% is gonna get you.
Okay, are we all set with that? Okay, Tom?
Yeah.
And that's already included in the highway. Go up. Oh. What did we say that was like $100? Yeah. Right,
Okay.
Yep.
You want to go down line by line, or do you remember enough from when we went through this last time? Are we
Yeah.
ready to look at the bottom line? Okay,
the only thing that changed is I cut some checks today that were expenses from December, and so those expenses are included in here. So from our, seriously, from our budget from last year, we
from our
are,
actual,
our actual, we're $968 under budget for 2025.
ooh, that's cutting it really close.
That is cutting it close.
I don't think you'd get much closer than that.
Well, we could,
No, thank you.
and that's with the solar grant funds that we received back,
And the money
And
we took from the,
the money that was taken from capital reserves. We're at a 10% increase with the changes that we made during this meeting.
We're basically going up 118,000. For the new budget is what you're showing there.
117,500, 150, yes.
considering all the increases we're doing for the highway department, that's not bad.
Technically, you had to go up.
I make a motion that we move forward with this as our budget. We'll have a chance, we'll have the budget hearing. But this at least allows us to finalize it for the budget hearing. And there may be some little tweaks here and there, but this basic approximate budget. There's a second on that?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's not approving it, it's approving it to go forward for approval later.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And I did have the caveat, there may be little tweaks or something, like rounding and minor adjustments, so it's not the final but it's close. Well, we're talking about budget because we need to talk about warrant articles. Ron, do you want to talk about fire equipment warrant articles now?
I don't have any warrant outs. The only thing I kind of miss every year is we put in $10,000 in the fund to replace a fire truck that's gonna cost $600,000 by the time we replace it. And we've never billed any money, and every time we go to get a truck, we wind up financing it, and that's what's gonna happen again, I think, but there's just no planning for replacement of this equipment. There hasn't been for years.
So what about the grant? Is that also available for fire
If
truck?
I should have I should have at least one proposal right off, and I've got another one coming in, but that's gonna strictly depend on the grant. If we don't get a grant that pays for most of that, we don't have money enough to be considering that.
Okay,
I mean, you're talking, even a basic truck's gonna be at least 4.5. So, I mean, if we can get a grant, great. We can't.
so that's the same grant that we're looking at with the highway department,
Yes.
right? So that we need to get the proposals in as soon as
Get
possible.
that because unfortunately, the problem with the truck is the standard transmission. We have to turn around and drill a hole in the block of a truck that is running great and we could use for other stuff is too bad, but that is what it is, and there's just no way around it. The downfall to that truck is the transmission. If you're not a truck driver, you can't drive it. Everybody's gone to automatics, obviously, so anybody can drive it.
Okay,
So that would be the plus to getting a new one, would be the automatic transmission.
so Ron, if you will give me a list of your equipment like I got from Adam, with how old it is and when it needs to be replaced and replacement costs, I can do the same type of projection and run some scenarios.
We've never really sat down and said, you know,
Right,
this is what an engine's gonna cost. That one's an '09, which isn't super old, it's still in decent condition, but we gotta be thinking about what's gonna happen down the road when it needs to get replaced.
and what's your time? I mean, if we got a grant, you'd replace it as soon as we could get one ordered, right?
If well, I got a couple issues. One issue I have is I gotta have a tanker custom made if we do it. Because of the station, I can't buy one that's already made because of the wrong.
Too big.
So when I get to that, which it is what it is.
So you can't,
we're looking at
is it
between
too
2
big
and
for
3
the,
years to have a truck built right now.
long.
If you order a truck right now, you're talking 2 to 3 year turnaround.
oh,
That's just how it is, unless you can find one built someplace, but that doesn't seem to be happening.
Very rare.
All the trucks I've looked at, all the tankers have a pump on them. They're the minimum of 33 feet long and it won't fit our station. We gotta be within 26 to 27 max. In order for it to fit. So I mean, and I can buy that truck, but I have to, they have to spec it out and they have to build it.
okay.
And when you get into that, you're getting into a time frame, unfortunately. So I'm working with a couple other companies. Maybe we can get something we could turn around quicker. I've got a bunch of feelers out there trying to figure out if there's a way around it. You know, maybe somebody's got one that's built or something. If it did happen, we wouldn't have to wait, but
Okay,
so.
but if we get the grant, do we have to have the truck right away or we have to order it? It would be okay to have that 2 or 3 year,
I would
Okay.
assume so. I don't know. I haven't even started digging in it because I
you don't have the information.
don't have the
that-
information.
If you buy just about anything for an ambulance now, it's a 3 year wait before you get it.
Okay,
If you have it built, that's just,
so I think the first thing is get the information you can to Jeanette so you can get a grant proposal.
we're working on that.
Okay,
Unfortunately, it takes more time because they gotta spec out the truck and
yeah,
look at building it as opposed to if they had something already built, they have a price on it. But they don't, so you kind of have to work to spec it out and then they'll put together a price.
I know. I'm just worried that
So-
that money that's
Oh, yeah.
available is gonna be spent by other
They're
towns.
charging one guy pretty heavily, so,
Yeah.
You can't do it by estimate, I mean, you can't.
not really, because they won't give you, I mean, they wanna spec it out and say, this is, if you order this truck, this is what it's gonna cost you.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I can shoot in the dark and say, okay, I've seen 4 or 5 go for this money, but
That doesn't work with a
that's
grant.
not, yeah, you need a spec for a grant. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want a written spec.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, priced out to the penny.
absolutely.
And that's what they have to do, so, yeah. I mean, it's a good opportunity if it works, it's just, yeah,
yeah, it's worth
getting it put together is,
trying to get it in.
it,
Okay.
we'll see what we can do and hopefully it'll work.
And then I'm just kind of worried because we need to get our warrant articles ready to go soon, so right now we're putting 10K into the highway large, I mean, the fire large equipment thing.
That we can,
And-
that we could, that I can.
What do we need to
estimate
bump it up
As
to?
far as saying, this is roughly what an engine's gonna cost. I mean, that I can do some estimating on that and come pretty close. And
Okay,
then you could sit down and say, here's what we should be looking at to be replacing this stuff.
yeah, and as I said, I mean, I can do kind of like I did
Mhm.
with the highway department, I can help you with that. I just need the information from you.
That, I'm assuming that estimate would be fine as long as we were.
And it'd be more expensive to put an extension on the building, so it's longer than to buy a custom truck?
It'd be neat to be able to do that.
I mean, I'm just asking the question. I mean,
Well,
I don't.
know, then you're really into
into
doing
more-
some planning.
Yeah,
It's. Every fire department's run into that up here. You talk to any fire department and their stations are all tight.
yeah,
Because they started out with small fire trucks, they built the station, now every time you order a truck, it's bigger. And
Yeah.
the stations are getting smaller and unless you've built a new station within the last few years. You're squeezing through all the stations up here.
yeah,
Even Whitefield, as big as theirs are, they pretty much filled it.
Yeah.
I mean, all the stations are getting small.
Yeah, look at Monroe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just how it is. So, and, I mean, we can put together a tanker that will fit the station. It just has to be probably something that's built, that's all.
okay,
So,
yeah,
can be done.
yeah. I just have to ask the question about,
Yeah. Fortunately, our trucks aren't quite as, they don't get used like Adams trucks, which that helps us a little bit. The main vehicle's probably the EMS vehicle, but most of the fire trucks don't get run hard and get run a lot, so we can get a lot of miles and a lot of time out of them compared to.
okay, so we'll put together a projection for the next 10 years. I think that's really helpful.
Yep.
For this year, for the warrant article, what are you thinking we need to ask for?
The same as Adam, at least.
55,000?
Yeah, a new engine, when you get to a point of replacing it, by then it's gonna be probably minimal of 600,000. Right now, you're looking at about 500. To replace an engine with, and that's just standard cab, nothing too fancy.
Right.
Okay.
If you wanna get into customs, you can spend $1 million pretty quick. We don't need that, obviously, but
So let me ask, if when the time comes, you gotta get a new one? Does that mean you gotta destroy the old one on that too?
Yeah.
not unless it's a clean diesel grant.
Can you donate yours to me before that happens?
Yeah. I can tell you that there's town after town after town out there that's got used ones they can't give away for whatever reason. So they don't have any value to them once
Right.
they get old, they don't have much value to them.
So you
That's-
might as well get a grant and destroy them.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah,
Yeah, either way, they don't have a lot of value to them once they've been. I mean, you look at the expeditions and stuff, when we get rid of those, they go for a couple $1,000, cause. People see them go flying by their house with
They get you.
enough times that they're not gonna spend big money for something that. has been used for a municipality, unfortunately. Not that they haven't been, not that they haven't been serviced and taken care of. They just, people just look at it as they don't want to
Been
spend.
beat.
It's a problem. But yeah, the
Okay.
trucks are getting expensive, expensive. Small rescue truck now is 150,000 plus.
All right, so we'll work on that maybe in the next week or so.
Yep.
If you could
Yeah.
send me a list, just email it to me, that would be
Yeah,
great.
I can estimate out what we have for trucks and what they would cost to replace, and then you could look at.
Yeah, and a
kind
timeline.
of a Plan.
Yep.
Come up with a time frame.
Yeah, and if this, what I did for the highway works in terms of visually,
It does.
okay,
Yep.
I'll do the same thing for the fire, okay. All right, so,
These are printed for each one of you.
Have a good evening.
Good night, Adam.
thank you, Adam.
Go feed the animals and then myself.
Exactly.
3 o'clock comes quick.
Yeah, it does. Have a good one,
Thank
thanks.
you, thank you.
Okay, these are what we've. Are these from last year or have you already upgraded them?
No, it's last year.
Okay, so these are last year's. So the operating budget. What was that number? I didn't write it down.
$1,318,036.
Okay. Do we have any big items coming up for the building?
I don't think so. But, just like a highway truck, you never know. Probably should consider that double gym door back there that has a rotted out threshold.
But we had people who are going to try to fix that, right? But-
No. Not the,
Oh,
no,
I'm
that's the
getting
police
confused.
door.
Okay. Do we have any idea of?
No. Cost? No.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be $8,000 to $10,000 would be my guess, because you gotta rip it all out and replace it all, but I don't know. I haven't. Haven't gotten any pricing. I mean, I'm on year 3 for an electrician, so.
These are the warrant articles that you're putting in for this year.
This is so we can have that discussion about what we want to put in, yes. So
Okay.
these are what we did last year. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do for this year. So obviously the budget will depend on what we finally decide on our budget.
When you're done with the budget, how can you come up with that number?
No, this is, she just took last year's
This is,
and put it in. This is what we need to decide that's why we're talking about it now. So on Article 2 for the operating budget, right now it'd be $1,318,036. But that's subject to, change when she does the rounding and verifies the numbers, and then we have the budget hearing, but that's what we have at the preliminary number. So right now, we have about 37,000 in our town building capital reserve. And we've been adding 15,000. That seems to me to be a reasonable number. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah.
Tom?
Well, we used to think with everything going up, I said, I mean, what do you get on your agenda for the building?
Well, we talked about if we do the threshold that's rotted out for the double doors, that's probably going to be what, 8, 9, 10,000 at least.
Probably.
we wanted electrical work. We're still trying to get an electrician to come in. So we get the outside lights done and the lights in the entryway, so it's
And we
motion
have
detector.
how much in the budget for that now?
It's not in the budget.
No, on the budget, but
Capital reserve.
Capital reserve.
37.
Yeah, and what we don't know is if the roof is gonna start leaking or something like,
Got the moisture problem in the building that we have to address.
oh, if we really address that, because there's no air handling in the building, right?
Correct.
That would be significant. So for now, we'll leave it at 15.
yeah,
Okay. The sewer pump capital reserve, we've only been adding 2,000 in it. We've got about 17.6 thousand in it. I know a couple of years, 2 or 3 years ago, we talked about working with somebody to really get a plan for what we needed for long range improvements, but that never.
The guy left.
We should have a meeting with the Lunenburg group just to see if there's somebody else who could help us with that. So if we had to do major repairs, I don't know how much that would cost. I mean, we replaced the flow meter and did things, but I don't have any concept for what type of risk we're looking at.
I don't know what they cost.
So the question is 2,000 sufficient?
well, the last time we talked about it, you said it was more than sufficient, so I would think it'd still be.
Check for the,
Okay, I'm not sure I had any,
pump
I'm not sure, I don't think I said that because I don't have the answer to
It's
that.
for the sewer.
pump house itself.
Yeah,
Well, not just the pump house, but
the pump and the flow meter and
Yeah.
wiring and all of everything in there. Okay,
The biggest thing that you could really have any, because I'm the one that basically checks it, is if one of the pumps goes out, you'd have to replace that. Go down and replace the pump. There's 2 pumps and there's always a backup.
okay. And a pump would run 10 or 15,000? I'm trying to remember.
I
I think they were 5 to 8
Okay,
when we did the sewer work, so they're probably 8 to 10 now.
Yeah,
Plus labor's probably another 5, so.
especially to go down there.
so we could probably replace one with what we've got.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think we need to look more closely because we might need to look at just how we charge sewer usage, because right now we're only covering the cost of what we send over to Lunenburg. We're not covering the cost of maintenance. That's not built into our fee structure. So it's something we should look at. Okay, highway department, we already talked about that, and we talked about 55,000.
Yeah.
Paving.
There's nothing.
There's nothing, because we depleted it to cover a lot of the road work
Yeah.
this year, so, I mean, 75 is a lot, but it doesn't go very far. If we actually do asphalt paving, that doesn't even cover it. We can't even start to do asphalt paving for that.
Yeah,
A repaving, it's not even new.
'cause payment was going up quite a bit.
Yeah, asphalt, I know jumped up a few years ago, and I don't know where it
It's
is
going up
now.
more.
So what is your thought here?
You have to keep in mind that we should be replenishing good portion of that.
Some of it'll come back with FEMA,
Mhm.
so leave it at that for
Yeah,
now.
For now,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, fire department vehicle equipment. We were just talking with Ron and
Yeah.
Ron was thinking same as the highway.
Yeah.
55,000. The 10,000 for the equipment.
That's been pretty helpful. I don't, I
Okay,
mean, obviously it'd be great to have as much as possible, but I think that could stay where it is, and it seems to. It's, we usually go a couple years, we get 20,000, it buys a
yeah,
good piece of equipment, so I think it's
okay,
been very helpful.
okay.
Yeah.
Legal fund, I know we've used that because we've gone over our legal budget. So should we leave it at where it is?
Shouldn't be that bad this year.
I hope not. I make a motion that as a preliminary run at our warrant articles, we'll use our preliminary budget number, which may change. This is all preliminary, it's not final. We will leave the town building CRF contribution at 15K. The sewer pump contribution at 2,000. The highway department contribution will ask for 55,000. The paving will leave it 75 for now. The fire department vehicle equipment, CRF, we will ask for 55,000. The highway, the fire EMS equipment will leave at 10,000. And the legal will leave at 10,000. Are we in agreement with that? So I have a motion.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did you say aye, Tom? I couldn't
Yeah.
hear. Are we at the point to do a draft a warrant article for the FEMA money?
No,
Okay,
not heard back from DRA yet.
okay. Do we have anything else on the budget?
I don't think so.
Okay. We've decided we agreed on the select board summary for the annual report. The other thing we need to do for the annual report is the dedication. And we've lost a lot of people this year. Should we do a,
Mrs. Green should be on there.
Hmm?
Mrs. Green, Linda Green,
yes,
uh,
Rodney Rexford,
yeah,
Don Mooney,
My father,
yeah, he served here quite a bit.
my
Yeah.
father did too.
your father did?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Paul,
Moore?
Tom. Tom McVetti.
Yes.
Tom McVetti passed away before last year.
No, did he?
Yeah, he went in 24, wasn't it?
Julia Simons,
Julia
Julia
Simons
Simons?
was last year.
he served on the board.
Was Tom McVetti in 2024?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I think they put him in, didn't he?
yes.
Yeah. Right, yeah, there's quite a bunch of them this year. All people.
I can ask Pam if she'd be willing to write something for her father.
And we've got a lot of people. Do we want to kind of consolidate it and talk about the people? How do we want to do it?
They all should go in there, we just gotta keep it confined,
Keep it,
and not be a 10.
maybe have a paragraph that talks about, you know,
Yeah.
it's a shame that we lost all these people and then, okay. So I think just a couple of sentences for each
Yeah.
individual, okay.
Some pictures maybe.
So, Tom, you'll get one for Don Mooney. You'll get one for your dad.
Yeah.
Who can do, Linda and Ron Wexford?
And no Linda.
Did you know her well enough or know who to get?
I have stuff for Linda.
Okay. How about Julie Simons? And Ron Rexford?
Rodney.
Rodney, excuse me. And is there anybody else that I've forgotten?
Well, there's plenty of people that passed away, but they're not all.
Think if any other.
But people who have really contributed
Yeah.
to the town over their lives?
Think of. Think we don't, probably need to go back and. Double check, we got.
I already got
Look
it.
at Linda Greenwood, yeah,
We got them all.
okay. Tom, can you get something for Rodney Rexford and Julie Simons?
I don't know, Julie, so I'll
I can
do,
do
I'll
George
work on,
I'm sorry.
I'll work on, Pam's father and Rodney.
Okay. Can you do Julie Simons? Okay, great, thank you. And I can do some type of summary or help put it together. And we need if we had pictures, we could do a collage or something.
I might be able to get a picture from David.
Okay. Okay. Okay, anything else for the annual report that we need to do at this point?
There's copies of it right there in front of you. I
Okay.
mean, there's not a whole lot in there, but all the different groups, their contributions to the report. I don't have my reports in there yet for town clerk or tax collector. There's no treasurer report yet, so it's really just DRA forms, placeholders.
Yeah.
You guys can probably look at it and talk about it at the next meeting. We need a picture for the cover.
We did the road washed out last year.
It's late.
I know we've done the river, we've done the ridge. Done the town pound.
At the fire station 1 year.
It's been a while since we've done the fire station. Is it time to do that again, maybe?
Yeah, it is. Then. First, my father was on the fire department when they did it.
I was gonna say, it's before I came on the select board, so it's been a while. Do you have a good picture of the fire department, fire station, on?
You,
Okay,
see if we can find some of that. We got some old ones too, that are kind of cool, but I don't know.
maybe an old and a new one.
We could look at, yeah, we could look at that.
Okay.
There's a couple old ones hanging up in the station that are pretty cool looking.
Okay. So we will look at this again when we get the pieces filled in. And it's getting late. Let's put this aside until the next meeting. Do you need anything from us about this now? Nope. Okay. All right, should we go back to checks and minutes?
Sure.
You had these lumped by last fiscal year and this fiscal year?
Yeah, it won't matter. It's just the report that's clipped on the top is the one that covers the checks that are behind it. That's all.
Okay. Those ones I've already seen, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You don't have to put the clip back on.
Take a look.
Proposal for the Access GIS tax maps.
This is just our annual renewal, correct?
Yes.
Are these guys coming in here to work on the map?
No, they work remotely. They work remotely. It's the Access GIS that we have online,
Yeah.
our tax maps. I make a motion that we approve and execute the renewal for the CAI, and that stands for cardiographic, what's the name of the company? I know them as CAI, services for the tax mapping.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's a headache. I don't know where it came from, but boy, I'll tell you what.
Meeting minutes from January 5th with the backup.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from January 5th.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Staying.
Non-public number 1 for January 5th. What was that, 1 and 2?
And I think they both labeled as a one.
Oh,
No wonder that didn't look familiar.
That one's one, right? Or is that two?
One.
Okay.
Nowhere near that.
I knew that. I was just testing you. My January 5th minutes came back that I sent them out as a draft and they said December. Nobody caught it except for me. I looked, I'm like, that's January. Is that right? Mouse is running in there really fast to warm it up.
I make a motion that we approve, the meeting minutes from the non-public session number 1 and number 2 from January 5th. The one correction is that number 2 is labeled number 2 now. We don't have 2 number 1s.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting minutes from January 12th.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from January 12th.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Bank reconciliations for December.
Getting late. Do we want to put these off until the next meeting? Well, this is December 2 grand. We should probably go ahead and pay them.
The date.
The 19th. In terms of the budget, we need to work on revenues too, right?
I've already pretty much done the revenues.
Do you have them to share with us so we can? I'm just thinking there's not gonna be a lot of time before the budget.
Yeah, they're on the same worksheet. I just haven't, since she finished those late last week, I haven't, finalized it.
So we should do it the next time we meet.
Sure.
Any big changes from,
It's your typical tax warrant versus actual received changes. I'll try to send it to you guys before I go.
Any other? Sure things to sign.
No,
Okay. Gotta go through the rest of it quickly. Do we have any update on the phone system and the broadband? No, okay. We sure we don't. So recyclables and transfer station. For right now, we're taking the recyclables to NCES in Bethlehem. While we still look for other options. Lancaster is not able to take our recycling. They don't have the permit does not allow them to take recycling from other towns, correct?
correct. We may need to have a non-public meeting because I'm not sure.
You would need to seal those minutes. We didn't seal them coming back in.
Right. A lot of this, because of the late hour, I'm going to skip over the regular updates. Some of it we already covered. You're working on the grant application for the transfer station scale.
Trying.
Any updates on FEMA repair funding?
Nope.
Okay, any other updates?
Nope.
Okay. Do we have any other business?
Nope.
Do we have any public comments?
I'd like to know where I stand with the transfer station.
That's where I make a motion, we go into non-public session, brief for personnel.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay, we can go next door.
Am I coming to this one or am I staying here?
We'll be back a couple minutes, Mike.
Pausing for non-public, number 2. Back from non-public, number 2, I already turned it on.
Okay, regarding the transfer station, Kyle is going to be back working at the transfer station.
Okay.
And
There's
then
nothing, Mike, you did an excellent job when I went in that day, you know, I think you're a great guy and all, but it's just, a lot of it, I think, the select board dropped the ball on some stuff to get, and we're gonna just try to revamp some stuff.
So basically, I'm out of it.
For the time being. I mean, not to say that, you know, Kyle has a day off and you want to fill in that like you've been doing before. I don't have to go.
And like, we were talking about some different scenarios, we went around about having 2 people there, but now I think
Yeah.
we're back to,
That's something.
depending on what happens with recycling. So there's some conversation about some restructuring, but that's still in progress.
All right. I guess, all
Thank you for your work, really appreciate it.
right, because I did all the information that you were asking for. I've already done it this past week.
The report,
Yeah. Because we had to figure out where and how much. All right, thank you.
thank you. I make a motion that we seal the meeting minutes from the non-public session number 1 and number 2.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes,
Amanda Devino, 511 Simons Road. I'm just wondering where the analysis is at for the transfer station.
just a sec. I'm sorry, say again?
Where's the analysis for the transfer station? Wasn't that a topic that was brought up at a previous meeting?
Yes, you were going to work on that, Tom. I did a comparison of prices with other transfer station. There are a few changes here and there, and Littleton's a kind of big unknown. And they don't have a lot out because they're totally revamping theirs. But I'm not sure that we can look at it. I hate to do it this late at night, but, because we need to look at our prices.
Next meeting?
But Tom, you were going to go do an analysis of the expenditures over the year. that you didn't.
One thing I checked, Jeanette, did you by chance give me any copies of those?
That you asked for a report for Casella's expenses, that's it. It all goes to one line item.
Trucking and everything.
It all goes to one line item. It's one line item on the budget, disposal and transportation.
On their invoices, is it separated out?
Yes, but he asked me for a report today. He emailed me and asked me for a report.
So that's why you need to come into the office and look through the invoice, pull out the drawer and look through them. It's not worth copying them. It's just,
Yes, it is, because I ain't got time. We pay her to do this, and thank you, Jeanette, I appreciate this.
You pay me to do what? Run the report, you mean?
You know, to give me this copy of what, the expenditures. It's,
So we're gonna make her spend her time making copies when you can just come over here and look at the invoices? It's only what, 12 months?
Yeah.
So you have the invoice of trucking, you have the invoice of what the weight is, correct?
I have not looked at them since the transition, but basically it would be having a piece of paper with two columns. You look at the invoice and write down trucking
How long
X
would that-
amount, tipping fees X amount, and
hmm. Who do we? I don't understand this. We'll discuss this later, you and I. We're
Well-
gonna be doing a non-public, because I've had enough of this. You know, it's,
okay. I think my perspective is Jeanette's been doing above and beyond with all the FEMA and the grant proposals, and that's bringing more value to the town than having her go and make copies of invoices. And we want to do a special report. We as select board members can take a little bit of initiative and a little bit of time and do that. I mean, I've done it in the past. I've done a lot of it. I mean, I did the report for Adam. I'm going to do it for Ron. You know, that's part of being on the select board, is doing a little bit of work. Do we have any other public comments? I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Alright.
Meeting's adjourned. Good night.
You saw, I said.